And I'm back with another video, and in this video I will be talking about the tarot card Lust from the Aleister Crowley Thoth deck and the Strength card from the Rider Waite. So yeah, I'd like to talk about them and correspond them to the Bible. And the first thing I'd like to say is I love the imagery of both of these cards, and they're both from different decks. I find it to be the Aleister Crowley deck is very pagan, and the Rider Waite is it's more biblical. so we have a duality. One is pagan and one is a little more, shall we say, biblical. And in Strength, we have this lady. She is Lady Wisdom, or you could call her Zion. Lady Zion. And then we have her, this lady, and we can call her the Great Prostitute, because that's who she is. So we know who they are. And I love the imagery of this card. If you look at the top of the card, up there, it looks like snakes, but those are not snakes. Those are horns. Those are like horns, like shofar horn that you blow. They can be thin like that. It's horns, and it's 10 horns. If you count them, they're 10 in all. And you can see the little circles that are by the horns, and those are the 10 crowns. So you have 10 horns, you have 10 crowns, you have this great prostitute, and she has a chalice in her hand. Even though it doesn't look like a chalice, believe me, it's a chalice. And she's riding on this beast, and this beast, it has 7 heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has 7 heads. So let's see. We have the beast out of the sea. The dragon stood on the shore of the sea, and I saw a beast coming out of the sea. It had 10 horns and 7 heads, with 10 crowns on its horns, and on each head a blasphemous name. The beast I saw resembled a leopard, but had feet like those of a bear, and a mouth like that of a lion. The dragon gave the beast his power and his throne and great authority. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed. The whole world was filled with the wonder and followed the beast. People worshipped the dragon because he had given authority to the beast. And they also worshipped the beast and asked, who is like the beast? Who can wage war against it? The beast was given a mouth to utter proud words and blasphemies, and to exercise its authority for 42 months. It opened its mouth to blaspheme God and to slander his name and his dwelling place and those who live in heaven. Let's think. Mouth. What did they do? Let's go back. The beast had given a mouth to utter proud words and blasphemies, and to exercise its authority for 42 months. It opened its mouth to blaspheme God and to slander his name. That makes sense to me. Right there, that beast opened its mouth. What is she doing? Heaven? She's closing his mouth. That's what she's doing. The beast was given a mouth to utter proud words and blasphemies, and to exercise its authority for 42 months. It opened its mouth to blaspheme God and to slander his name and his dwelling place and those who live in heaven. It was given power to wage war against God's holy people and to conquer them. Let's see. Okay. That's Zion. shutting the mouth of that beast. That beast. Okay. This lady right here, she is riding the beast. Crazy, huh? Yeah. It's all in the Bible. And if you see underneath her, those are... I thought that was really weird, though. Because if you see it, you see a guy praying, and you see a man... You see two men, and if you see that by the legs of the beast, you see that one man. He has like a little circle there, like all the other circles, which are all 10 circles. But this circle is on his head. I thought that was interesting. Also, we had the 10 horns with the 10 crowns up on top. We have this beast, which has seven heads. And one of the heads was wounded. If you see, she's got one of the heads there. That head. Is that weird with that thing that she has that you use, you know, for what is it, a rein? She's holding the rein. And she's got the rein on that head. I thought that was interesting. As you see, the beast is, his tail is that serpent there. The serpent. Or the dragon. The beast. Coming up out of the sea. With the 10 horns and the crowns. Yeah. And she has that in her hands, which is the chalice and that red, all that red. That is the blood of the saints. The blood of the saints. Okay. And that is, ooh, sorry about that. That is the great prostitute. And that is Zion, which she is closing the mouth of this beast, this ravenous beast. And I thought you could see he has heads within his hairs if you look closely. Yeah. Let's go back. We'll go back to her, the great prostitute. 17 she is. See? One of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and said to me, "Come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute who sits by many waters. With her the kings of earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were intoxicated with the wine of her adulteries." Okay, she was in purple and scarlet, and she was glittering gold. She's a prostitute. She's the mother. Okay, the beast which you saw once was, now is not, and yet will come up out of the abyss and go to its destruction. The inhabitants of the world. The inhabitants of earth whose names have not been written. Okay, blah, 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 blah. The 7 heads are 7 hills on... Okay, this calls for a mind with wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 hills on which the woman sits. So those 7 hills would be the 7 continents, right? There's 7 continents. Those would be the hills on which this woman that sits on. They are also 7 kings. 5 had fallen, 1 is, the other has not yet come, but when he does come, he must remain for only a little while. Okay, so they are also 7 kings, which if there's 7 kings, it has to be 7 kingdoms. 5 have fallen, 1 is, the other has not yet come, but when he does come, he must remain for only a little while. The beast who once was, and now is not, is an 8th king. He belongs to the 7 and is going to his destruction. The 10 horns you saw are the 10 kings who have not yet received a kingdom. So those 10 kings are those 10 horns that has the 10 crowns. Okay, that's interesting. And they receive authority as kings along with the beast. Okay, they have one purpose and will give their power and authority to the beast. They will wage war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will triumph over them because he is Lord of Lords and Kings of Kings, and with him will be his called chosen and faithful followers, which is Zion. Okay, I was thinking the ones that are, it's like two of them that are dead underneath the beast. The beast is trampling all over these two guys. And I remember a two, and this is 11. This is card 11. 2. Because 11, you got 2. 2 ones, 2. These two guys. So I'm thinking about these two guys, Revelations 11, and these two guys who are getting trampled on, and they're in Babylon. Ew, the beast is killing. The beast is killing these two. The beast is killing these two from 11. Revelation 11. The two witnesses, that's what they are. Those are the two witnesses. Because I was given a reed like a measuring rod and was told, go and measure the temple of God and the altar with its worshippers. Those two, they are two olive trees and the two lampstands, and they stand before the Lord of the earth. If anyone tries to harm them, fire comes from their mouths and devours their enemies. This is how anyone who wants to harm them must die. They have power to shut up the heavens so that it will not rain during the time they are prophesying, and they have power to turn the waters into blood and strike the earth with every kind of plague as often as they want. Now, when they have finished their testimony, the beast that comes up from the abyss will attack them and overpower and kill them. Their bodies will lay in the public square of the great city, which is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt, which is, of course, the prostitute, where also their Lord was crucified. For 3.5 days, some from every people, tribe, language, and nation will gaze on their bodies and refuse them burial. The inhabitants of the earth will gloat over them and will celebrate by sending each other gifts, because these two prophets had tormented those who live on the earth. Where are they? Getting trampled on by the beast there. They're right underneath there. If you see them, those two guys, those two witnesses, that the beast comes up and the prostitute and kills them. Yeah.